Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
The Super Mario Bros. Super Show is probably one of the most famous cartoons out there when it comes to video game-based cartoons. The show, along with its many follow-ups, have had many DVD releases over the years. However, most of them are compilations. Not to mention that the Super Show DVDs rarely feature any of the live-action episodes. With the Mario cartoons, finding complete releases on DVD is pretty easy. The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 had a complete set released by Shout Factory. There would also be 2 re-releases by N-Circle. One that uses the ISO files from Shout Factory set, and a more recent one that uses more original ISOs. For Super Mario World, all episodes are on the Captain N and the New Super Mario World set from Shout Factory, while a DVD set with just the Super Mario World episodes were eventually released by N-Circle. However, with the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, things get a little complicated, whether it be the series' different ownerships over the years, or the use of guest stars in its live-action episodes. The Super Show is a great example of a series that has been screwed over by copyright and licensing issues, as well as some possible misplacements of the original master tapes. Which is why most of the series doesn't have a great complete series release. There's also the licensed cover songs that the Mario cartoon segments use that were replaced in future airings and home video releases, though that's an entirely separate can of garbanzo beans. The point is, it's hard to find a complete release of the Super Show due to celebrity royalties as well as potential misplacement of the original master tapes. So let's go on a search to find the most complete release of the Super Show that we can find. It's going to be a long trip, but we must know the answer. Before we travel to our 3 destinations, we must learn what we already know about the show. Back when the Super Show released, there were a total of 65 full episodes. This includes 64 unique Mario & Luigi live-action episodes, 52 Super Mario Bros. Cartoon episodes, and 13 Legend of Zelda cartoon episodes. Now that we know what makes the show complete, let's now get on the plane and travel to 3 destinations. Our first destination is the United States, the country that the show originated from. There have been many releases with the Super Show on DVD, however most of them are compilations and only include just the cartoons. What about releases of the full episodes? Well, the most complete US release I could find would be the Shout Factory sets. In 2005, Deke Entertainment gave the home video distributor, Shout Factory, the rights to release their classic cartoons on DVD. This includes shows like Heathcliff, Inspector Gadget, Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego, Cops, and of course, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Shout Factory released 3 DVD sets for the series: the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show Volume 2, and The Legend of Zelda: The Complete Animated Series. Both Super Show and Zelda are stored in digipacks, and were both later re-released in a regular DVD keep case. Super Show Volume 2, on the other hand, is stored in 4 slim DVD cases. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show set includes the first 24 produced episodes, which is something to keep in mind because the Shout Factory sets had the episodes in their production order rather than their released order. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show Volume 2 also includes 24 episodes, but it also includes 4 bonus cartoon episodes. This means that 4 of the live-action episodes are missing in Volume 2, leaving 4 episodes incomplete. The 4 live-action episodes missing on Volume 2 are 9001: A Mario Odyssey, which was paired with On Her Majesty's Sewer Service, Baby Mario Love, which was paired with Koopenstein, George Washington Slept Here, which was paired with the Unzappables, and Texas Tea, which was paired with the Trojan Koopa. The Legend of Zelda Complete Animated Series set includes all 13 Zelda cartoons, however, it does not have all the Mario live-action segments that accompanied them, as only 5 of the 12 unique live-action episodes are on that set. The 7 live-action episodes missing from this set are Slime Busters, Magic's Magic, Mommy's Curse, Tutti Frutti O Mario, The Magic Love, Treasure of the Sierra Brooklyn, and The Ghoul of My Dreams. Overall, as much as I love the Shout Factory sets and how I would still recommend them to any fans of the show, there's no denying that there are some missing content, mainly the live-action segments. However, there is one more live-action segment that is available on DVD that isn't on any of the Shout Factory sets. Before Shout Factory got the license, Sterling Entertainment released a Super Show DVD called Mario Mania. This disc features the first 5 episodes of the Super Show in released order. Now, in production order, the full episodes that featured the Zelda cartoons were produced last. However, during the series' initial run, those episodes were released every Friday each week. Since this DVD includes all the episodes from the show's first week, this means that Slime Busters is included in this disc, along with its Zelda cartoon, The Ringer. So now that we looked at the Shout Factory sets and the Mario Mania disc, how complete are the Super Show DVDs in the US? Out of the 64 unique live-action episodes, only 54 of them have been released, while the Mario and Zelda cartoons are complete. This leaves a total of 10 live-action episodes currently not available on US DVDs. In 2008, Deke Entertainment would be acquired by Cookie Jar, and would later be folded under the Cookie Jar brand. Despite this, Shout Factory would still retain Deke's original license, though it would later expire in 2012, leaving all 3 Super Show sets out of print. N-Circle would later release sets for the Super Show, however they were nowhere near as good as the Shout Factory sets, because instead of missing a few live-action episodes, the N-Circle sets are missing all of them, leaving only just the Mario and Zelda cartoons in those sets. And even then, N-Circles' Volume 2 is apparently missing on Her Majesty's Sewer Service, so how did that happen? So while the US DVD releases of the Super Show don't include everything, they do have most of the live-action segments and all the cartoons as well. But let's fly over to our next destination to see if their releases of the Super Show are any better. Throughout my years of collecting shows and cartoons, I've noticed that Australia has better releases for a lot of series. Whether it be DVDs of shows that were never released elsewhere, DVDs of shows that include more episodes, or DVDs that are just overall better quality than what we have in the US. So if Australia can have more complete DVD releases of shows like Regular Show or Gumby, then hopefully there's a more complete release of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show from Down Under. The most complete DVD release of the Super Show that I could find over there would be the collector's set released by Beyond Home Entertainment. It's a 6-disc DVD set that features most of the full episodes of the show, minus the ones with the Zelda cartoons. I'm not sure if the Zelda cartoons saw a DVD release in Australia. However, since I couldn't find any evidence online, it's very likely that there was never a Legend of Zelda collector's set. As for the Super Mario Bros. Super Show collector's set, it's a pretty great set overall. The original release came in a bulky keep case, while later releases came in a tin case, similar to those Walt Disney Treasures DVDs. The tin case release seems to be the more common to find, and I don't really like it. Don't get me wrong, the artwork is very well done, but when you open the case itself, you'll see all 6 discs stacked up inside some flocked styrofoam. I would have preferred to have gotten the original release instead if it wasn't so rare. Thankfully for me, none of the discs on the re-release were scratched, so at least I should consider myself lucky. Honestly, they should have just put a keep case inside the tin, similar to what Disney did with their Treasures DVDs. I mean, my We Bare Bears Seasons 1-3 set was able to fit inside that tin, so there was really no excuse. But for the $40 US I paid for it, it's still a great set to own. And if you're worried about the disc not working on your player, well, don't be. Despite the back of the re-release saying it's in PAL, this set is actually an NTSC. Also, despite the back of the re-release saying it's Region 4, this set is actually region free, meaning that this set can be played on any player regardless of region. Believe me, I tried putting some of the discs on my Region 1 players and they actually worked. But what about the episodes themselves? Well, let's find out. It may not have the bonus features that the Shout Factory sets have, but they do have most of the full episodes that have the Mario cartoons. What's interesting is that unlike the US Shout Factory releases where they presented the episodes with just the title of the cartoon segments, the Australian collector set presents the episodes with the title of the live action segments instead. However, like the Shout Factory sets, the collector set is missing some content. Only 50 of the 52 full Mario episodes are on this set. The 2 full episodes that are not included in this set are the Mario Monster Mash / Rolling Down the River, and George Washington Slept Here / The Unzappables. The former was already released on Volume 1 of the US Shout Factory sets, so why the episode was not included in this one remains a mystery. As for the latter though, it's not surprising that this one was left out. The Shout Factory Volume 2 set excluded its live action episode, George Washington Slept Here, and if you were to watch the show on a streaming service, its live action episode would be replaced with that of Club Mario. So there must be something that's preventing George Washington from releasing. As for the episodes themselves, they look fine, but I think they actually look better than on the US Shout Factory sets, which for some reason used some sort of filter that tries to sharpen the image but makes it look really ugly in execution. The Australian set doesn't have these filters. The commercial bumpers that were included in the Shout Factory sets are not present on this release, which is fine since I never really cared for those. However, it does include the Domino's Pizza sponsors that a few episodes had, plus it has the Viacom logo at the end, so if anything, this was a fair trade-off. It's also great to finally have 9001 A Mario Odyssey, Baby Mario Love, and Texas Tea inserted back into their respective Mario cartoons. So out of the 52 non-Zelda episodes of the Super Show, there are 50 live-action episodes and 50 Mario cartoon episodes. I'm not sure which is worse, having 4 incomplete episodes or missing 2 full episodes. Either way, the Australian collector set is probably my favorite set we've covered so far. At least 3 of the 4 missing live-action segments are present, and even if there isn't a Zelda set over there, at least we still have the US Shout Factory set that has some of its live-action segments. Overall, if we count the Shout Factory Zelda set and the Mario Mania DVD that has Slime Busters, This would make the Australian collector set more complete than the US Shout Factory volumes. However, we are not done just yet. Let's travel to one more country and see if their release is any better. Our last destination is Germany. DHX Media, the company that currently owns Deke and Cookie Jar, gave PDAX a license to release the show on DVD for the German market. These 4 volumes supposedly make up the complete series. They also included the Legend of Zelda cartoon episodes on a separate DVD release. The episode list on the Mario DVDs are pretty out of order, though it could be because the episode list is probably in its German order rather than production order like the US and Australian sets. The covers themselves are taken from the compilation DVDs that were released in the US. Volume 1 steals the cover from Off the Map, Volume 2 has the cover from Mario's Adventures Out West, Volume 3 has the cover of Mario of the Deep, and Volume 4 has the cover of Showdown in Brooklyn. The backside of the cover is exactly the same, just without that big yellow age rating. So if you don't like that yellow age rating, just switch out the cover. So, how complete are the German sets? Well, let's put the discs inside my region-free Blu-ray player and find out. And yes, unlike the Australian collector set, you will need a region-free player to play these discs. These are PAL-formatted Region 2 discs after all. So I just put in the discs and... oh my gosh, that scared the sugar plums out of me. For some reason, the German sets have these warning labels that make this loud sound at the beginning. I swear something like that would have easily scared me as a kid, but I digress. The menus themselves are in German, but they shouldn't be too difficult to navigate. The episodes themselves use the German dub of the Super Show. However, there is an option to watch the episodes in its original English. All 5 German sets seem to have everything. The Mario volumes include the 2 full episodes that weren't on the Australian set, including George Washington Slept Here, which marks the only time that this live-action episode has officially been released on DVD. And while their Legend of Zelda set doesn't have the live-action episodes that accompanied them, they were on the 4 Mario sets as bonus features. Also, here's a fun bonus. If you watch the Mario cartoons in their German audio, they actually play the licensed cover songs from the original show's airings. I guess the German dub didn't have any copyright problems with these songs.
We'll see about that. Seize them.
Da kommen die Koopa-Tupas!
Schön, aus denen mache ich Nuller-Tupas.
So overall, the German PDAX releases of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show does include all 64 live-action episodes, all 52 Mario Bros. Cartoons, and all 13 Legend of Zelda cartoons. This is so far the most complete release of the Super Show out of all the ones we discussed. This is too good to be true, right? Well, as a matter of fact, it is too good to be true. While yes, these German sets make up the complete series of the Super Show, there are a lot of caveats to these sets, almost to the point where I can't really recommend these. I get that this set was made with the German dub of the Super Show in mind, but the dub itself is missing content from the original English dub, such as the previews for the next Legend of Zelda, and the ending scenes where the characters tell you to do the Mario. While I don't really care too much for the commercial bumpers nor the Domino's Pizza sponsors, missing these recurring scenes is like losing a part of the show. Granted, the episode French was missing its Do the Mario ending on the Australian set, but at least it was just that one exception. The rest of the episodes from that particular set still have theirs intact. But the fact that the German episodes don't have these scenes is kind of disappointing. Though it's not really the fault of the German dub itself, since I doubt most Germans would have really known who Sergeant Slaughter or Ernie Hudson were. Also, the video quality, while a bit on par with the other sets we looked at, does have a few glitches in its picture. I easily noticed that while watching the beginning of Slime Busters. And let's talk about the English audio tracks themselves. Some of the audio doesn't sync up to the picture very well, while other times the audio from the live action scenes that were cut from the German dub are still audible, making the syncing even worse. Take Day of the Orphan / King Mario of Cramelot for example. While it does play the episode at its correct speed unlike other releases, the opening theme and the credits play a little too fast, and despite the Do the Mario ending being cut on the German dub, the audio still plays even when the credits are on screen.
Till the next time, everybody, to the Mario!
See, the problem with the English audio on these DVDs is that it still has the visuals from the show's German dub. They just plastered the audio from the original English dub, and they did a really poor job at splicing the audio on some episodes. The German Mario volume sets do have the benefit of having all 12 live-action segments that air with the Zelda cartoons, which are considered bonus features on these sets. But unlike the main Super Show episodes, which can be played in both German and English, the bonus segments are only in German, meaning that the bonus segments are still missing in English. It's bad enough that these sets are missing scenes from the live-action episodes, but the fact that you can't view the bonus segments in English is such a huge shame. I get that these were a German release made for the German-speaking audience in mind, but still. Overall, despite these sets being the most complete release of the Super Show so far, I can't really call this the definitive release of the series for the reasons I already mentioned. I think if you're a German who grew up watching this dub, then it's a fantastic set to own. But for those who want a set of the show in its original English dub, it's a huge and utter disappointment. So that was all the Super Show sets we've looked at in today's video, but let's recap on how complete these sets are. The US DVDs have their cartoons complete, but a small portion of the live action episodes remain unavailable physically. The Australian DVD is only missing 2 full Mario episodes, and the episode French is missing its due to Mario ending scene. As for the German DVDs, despite having every episode of the show available, its English audio is just the original dub poorly synced to the German dub, which is already missing content to begin with, and the live action segments that appear as bonus content are only in German. So far in terms of quantity, you could argue that the German DVDs are the most complete, but it's hard for me to really recommend them for the reasons I've already stated. Twice. And while the Australian collector set is missing 2 full Mario episodes and lacks bonus features, it still manages to be superior to the 2 US volume sets, because not only does the Australian set lack those filters that the US sets have, but they also included 3 of the 4 missing live action episodes as well. For roughly $40 if shipping counts, it's still a great set to own. So sadly, there isn't a true complete release of the Super Show. How complete the show is really depends on what you think is complete. For some, the commercial bumpers and logos might matter to them. Heck, some purists might consider the episodes with their original cover songs to be more complete. But for me, as long as it includes all the live action segments in their most complete form, and has all the Mario and Zelda cartoons, that's complete enough for me. And honestly, I think with all the sets we have, it's possible we could combine some of these sets to make our own complete series release. In fact, let's give it a try. Let's start off with the DVD case and cover. The Shout Factory sets won't do it, since they really can't fit all the discs we need. And I highly recommend not using the collector set's tin case if you bought the re-release of that set, which is why I bought a 10-disc DVD case for this project. They're pretty good quality cases as long as they don't arrive broken. I also made my own custom cover using some existing cover arts and other assets. The front cover uses the same one from Shout Factory Volume 1 with a few text and logos added. And the back cover is just a cheap image of the collector set's back cover. So far, the cover I made looks pretty good, at least in terms of what I had to work with. I went to my local Office Max to get this printed out alongside a few other custom covers, but unfortunately they didn't have any gloss paper that was long enough to properly fit this cover. So we had to print the 10-disc cover using legal paper instead, which actually didn't turn out as badly as I thought. Okay, the cover looks slightly warped when putting it on the case, but the printed quality was excellent. So now that we have both our case and cover, let's put some discs inside that case. For discs 1 through 6, I put in all 6 discs from the Australian collector set, which now leaves us with 4 empty spots. Now, my first initial plan wasn't to include the Legend of Zelda episodes. In fact, the only reason I even bought the Zelda Shout Factory set was to rip the DVD's live action segments for the custom disc. However, then it hit me. Despite that many people consider the Zelda cartoon to be a separate show from the whole Super Show, the truth is, it's really not. The Legend of Zelda cartoons are just as part of the Super Show as the Mario cartoons and its live action segments. That'd be like calling US Acres a separate series from Garfield and Friends. I get why some people might think Zelda and the Super Show are a separate series. Not only is The Legend of Zelda a separate franchise from Mario, but even the official releases consider the Zelda cartoons to be separate from the whole Super Show, despite having its own unique Mario live-action segments, as well as the credits being the same as the Super Show episodes. However, the Zelda cartoons weren't aired separately in the US. They were part of the episodes of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and because of this, you can't really have a complete series release of the Super Show without these Zelda cartoons, regardless of what you think of their overall quality. Which is why for discs 7, 8, and 9, I put all 3 discs of the Legend of Zelda Shout Factory set for this custom set. meaning I won't include those DVD rips for the custom disc, since that would now be redundant, though I will keep the ripped files just in case. Now this leaves only one empty slot left. The Super Show Collector set is missing 2 full Mario episodes, and the Legend of Zelda Shout Factory set is missing 7 live action episodes. There aren't any DVDs that specifically include those missing episodes, so this means we'll have to make one ourselves. Introducing the Super Mario Bros. Super Show The Lost Levels DVD. This custom disc I made includes everything that is not on any of those 2 official DVD sets. The software I used to make this DVD was the Wondershare DVD Creator. I bought a permanent license so I could burn as much content as I want without their stupid watermark. I used the program to add all the video files I needed, as well as some assets to make the menu. I even made it play through the Mario on the main menu, just like on the collector set's discs. George Washington Slept Here / The Unzappables was absent on the collector's set, so I decided to finally include it onto a disc. I used different footage to recreate the full episode. With The Unzappables, I didn't have the Shout Factory Volume 2 set at the time, but I still found an MP4 file of the cartoon episode on Internet Archive, which was already taken from that same set. As for George Washington, I used 2 different sources. One was an airing of the episode in English, and the other one was taken from the German DVD. Both were YouTube uploads that I downloaded. The footage on the German dub was slightly better, so I used most of the footage and dubbed it back into English. Now this episode, like other German episodes, is missing some scenes, so any footage that was cut in the German dub uses footage from the English upload instead. Overall, I did a decent job recreating the full episode. I did skip out on the Zelda previews, but it does still have that scene where Washington tells you to look for the exciting scenes from the next Zelda. What about the rest of the live action segments that aired with the Zelda cartoons? Well, the process was pretty much the same as George Washington. I downloaded YouTube uploads of the German dub for most of its footage, and an upload of the English episode for most of the audio, as well as any footage that was cut from the German dub. The quality of the English audio varies, but I tried to make sure that it had the best English audio I could possibly find. For the most part, these English restorations get the job done. However, there was one live action segment I decided to skip, and that was Slimebusters. Why? Because instead of editing the episode to restore its English audio, I decided to just buy the Mario Mania DVD so I could rip the original English footage instead. Of course, I had to wait since I bought off of Macari along with a cheap Yoshi plush. So was there any other episodes to work on in the meantime? Well, the Mario Monster Mash / Rolling Down the River is not on the collector set either. Initially I was going to download and upload the episode off of YouTube or Dailymotion, but then I completely forgot I had the Shout Factory Volume 1 set, so I decided to rip the full episode from that DVD instead. Shortly after, my copy of Mario Mania arrived in the mail, along with the Yoshi plush from that same listing. And let me tell you, that DVD was in awful condition. Normally, it's not a huge deal when a disc has some minor scratches, but I was extremely upset to see the disc was super scratchy. The disc itself did work fine at first, but when I tried playing the Slimebuster segment, it was so glitchy, I couldn't even finish playing the episode. It also caused problems since I couldn't properly rip that segment. The bad news was, this was Macari, so I couldn't get my money back. But the good news was, I did eventually find another copy on Macari, and thankfully when it arrived, it wasn't so scratchy. Finally, I was able to rip Slimebusters no problem. Overall, the custom Lost Levels disc includes 2 full episodes. The Mario Monster Mash / Rolling Down the River, and George Washington Slept Here / The Unzappables. It also includes 7 live action episodes: Slimebusters, Magic's Magic, Mommy's Curse, Tutti Frutti O Mario, The Magic Love, Treasure of the Sierra Brooklyn, and The Ghoul of My Dreams. So how complete is my custom complete series set? Well, it features 57 of the 65 full episodes, but despite this, it does have all 64 live action episodes, all 52 Super Mario Bros. Episodes, and all 13 Legend of Zelda episodes. In conclusion, with a little bit of Frankensteining and even creating my own disc, my custom complete series set is the most complete DVD release of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. We did it. We finally managed to make a Super Show set that includes everything. Overall, if you're interested in wanting a more complete set for the Super Show, I highly recommend getting a custom DVD maker and burning your own custom disc. Heck, you don't have to do exactly what I did in the video. You can make your own disc depending on the possible outcomes. Maybe you only have the US Shout Factory sets and aren't willing to buy the Australian collector set. Well, you could just make a custom disc and include whatever missing live action segment you want. The possibilities are endless. Well, I guess that'll do it for this video. I feel like I've talked about the Super Show DVDs long enough. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and comment. And if you enjoyed the channel so far, why don't you subscribe to it? And if you are subscribed to it, make sure to ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on any videos I produce. Until next time, everybody, do the Mario!
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now.